Aaron Rodgers signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the deal is worth 1,022. Well, I mean, 1 year, $22 million. So he's officially a Pittsburgh Steelers once again, and his teammates couldn't be any happier. So right now they got Michael Pittman Jr., DK Metcalf. They got a pretty good squad, and it's going to be interesting to see what Mike McCarthy is going to be able to do with Aaron Rodgers, because you guys know that the last time they were together in Green Bay, they also did get a ring together. Mike McCarthy is a very very good. He's a good offensive coach, and I know things didn't play out well for him when he was in Dallas, but that's different because I like to. I think that whole situation with Dallas, it's not easy for any coach to coach in the Dallas Cowboys because of the fact you got Jerry Jones there, micromanaging every single move you make as a head coach. So Mike McCarthy more than likely didn't have the freedom and he didn't have the respect that he should have had as a head coach from Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. So that's that. Now that he's with Pittsburgh, I think this can really revolutionize Mike McCarthy's career, and this can revolutionize the career of, well, not Aaron Rodgers, but Mike McCarthy. I think that it's going to be very very interesting to see what the Pittsburgh Steelers going to do. I think they can really make it run to the playoffs, and I think they could probably get a playoff win or two, maybe two. So, and then after that, it's going to be interesting to see if Aaron Rodgers wants to hang it up or if he wants to come back. Now, the Steelers, they did draft. I think they did draft a quarterback. I can't remember his name. I think it's Will Howard or something like that. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see what he's going to look like. Also, but he's learning under the one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game in Aaron Rodgers. So, and now they got my boy from USC, Michael Pittman Jr. Michael Pittman Jr. He's a really very very good wide receiver. I mean, he's not a great wide receiver. He's not like one of the best wide receivers in the game, but he's a very reliable, solid number 2/1 wide receiver, Michael Pittman Jr. And then like I said, you got Michael Pittman Jr. I mean DK Metcalf. They got a pretty good running game. They got good tight ends. They got a good offensive lineman. They also have pretty good. The defense is going to have to show up. You don't got Mike Tomlin there anymore, so it's not like the defense is going to always. It's going to be like how it always was because Mike Tomlin isn't there. So, but Mike McCarthy, he is overall a really good coach, and I actually think he can probably. This is a bold statement because I love Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is one of my favorite head coaches of all time. But what the Pittsburgh Steelers need right now, and with the quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, and with Aaron Rodgers looking actually pretty solid last year, and the entire team is happy that he's back. Michael Pittman Jr. is very happy that he's catching passes with Aaron Rodgers. He's saying on his article he made a couple of great throws, and I was like, wow, I'm really playing with Aaron Rodgers. A lot of people are in awe that Aaron Rodgers is on the Steelers, is returning for the Steelers, and he is ahead of schedule because last year he signed in June. This year he signed a month earlier. He signed in May, so he's showing his commitment. He's there for OTAs. I think he signed. I think he signed with the Steelers on the first phase of OTAs. So he he's locked in. Well, at least it's appearing like that, and it's appearing that he's more locked in than he has been in the past few years. So I like to see this. I like to see this type of Aaron Rodgers. I like to see the locked in competitive side of Aaron Rodgers. And the season is approaching us very quickly. It's going to be here in 4 months, I believe, for 4 months. So this article says, as he's done seemingly annually, Rodgers took his time before returning to the Steelers for his 22nd NFL season, waiting until mid-May to sign his contract and report in time for his OTAs. His arrival completed Pittsburgh's 2026 plan under center, which included the addition of rookie third round pick Drew Aller. but always kept his sweet warm for the 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. The veteran represents the Steelers' best remaining option under center in an offseason in which they could have pursued Malik Willis or Kyler Murray, but ultimately settled. Kyler Murray would have been interesting, but ultimately settled on the idea of running it back with the veteran who led them to a wild card round appearance in 2025. With Rodgers penciled in and new coach Mike McCarthy confident in their potential as reunited partners, Steelers general manager Amar Khan went to work on the remaining supporting cast, acquiring Michael Pittman Jr. via trade with the Colts before selecting Alabama receiver Jermaine Bernard. I forgot they picked him up in the second round of the 2026 NFL draft. Khan added to the protection unit too, spending a first round pick on Arizona State tackle Max Ihenacher, giving the Steelers another option in a position group that already included ascending tackle Troy Fatuno and 2023 first rounder Broderick Jones. 2023 first rounder, not 2023. It's awesome. I was excited, happy to see him back. Fatuna said of Rodgers' return. Obviously, to have our leader back from last year and kind of having a year with him and kind of running from him, we kind of picked up where we left off. It felt like he never really left with him being back in the huddle. Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, and Drew had done a good job over the past couple of weeks, just making sure we are all on the same page. But like I said, it's nice to have a back. And I said correct. I said they drafted Will Howard this year. They drafted him a couple of years ago, I think. But Rodgers' inclusion signals the Steelers believe they have a roster capable of contending, provided they receive competent production from the quarterback. That's largely what Rodgers gave them in 2025. Completing 65.7% of his passes for 3,322 yards and a 24-7 touchdown interception ratio. While he was limited in the full scope of what he was able to accomplish at 41 years old, there was a reason he owned the shortest time to throw, 2.59 seconds per next-gen stats, among all quarterbacks with at least 2,000 dropbacks. He was still able to execute consistently enough to help the Steelers win 10 games. If the Steelers, all the Steelers got to do is make sure they protect Aaron Rodgers. Last year, you got to keep in mind too, he was coming off that huge injury, and he's a 40-year-old man. So that's going to have an effect on his game in some form or fashion. Roughly a year coming back from that injury. Now we're 2 years in, and he is returning a month earlier than he did last year. I think this might be a year that Aaron Rodgers he can have one of his better years in recent memory. I really honestly believe that. So with Rodgers on board and plenty of faith in their defense, the Steelers, and let's keep in mind him having Mark McCarthy as well, who is an awesome, excellent coach. He's not like an exciting coach. I know a lot of people aren't excited about Mike McCarthy, but you can't take away the fact that he won a ring. Him and Rodgers got a ring together, and winning a Super Bowl ring is not easy to do. So that accounts for something. So with Rodgers on board and plenty of faith in their defense, the Steelers will carry plenty of optimism into 2026, a sentiment that became evident when Rodgers resurfaced Monday. It's definitely awesome to have him back. Linebacker Peyton Wilson said, "It's a lot harder on us in 7-on-7 things. 7-on-7, they're playing. They're going against each other in OTAs when they're going in a training camp. He's a great teammate, and obviously the guys on the offensive side of the ball are super stoked to have him back. It's just good to have another veteran leader back in the locker room." Edge rusher Alex Highsmith shared similar excitement while touching on Rodgers' personality. It's awesome having him back. He's a mysterious guy. That's just who he is, I think. He's mysterious, but he's one heck of a teammate. He's a great dude. Here's the thing. Like, this article says a lot, even though it wasn't a long article. It says a lot because most of the article is quoting his teammates speaking high praises of him. So when you're a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who the media demonizes a lot, and you're 40-plus-year-old quarterback, and your team is rallying behind you, that means that kind of instantly makes the team already better, because now guys are locked in, they believe, and they're going to give their all in the off season because they have something to look forward to now in the regular season when the regular season comes. Sometimes guys are not as locked in if they don't believe in their quarterback and they don't believe in their coach. But I believe these guys believe in their quarterback and they believe in their coach. and they believe in their quarterback, the coach, because they believe in their quarterback, and because Aaron Rodgers, he was he played under Mike McCarthy in Green Bay, and they both got a ring together, and that's running through every single player's mind. They got a ring together in Green Bay. Mike McCarthy has never been a bad coach. He probably underachieved in Dallas, but I think he has a bit of an excuse why he underachieved in Dallas. I already explained that, talking about Jerry Jones, micromanaging him, and Jerry Jones getting in the way. It's not easy to be a player in Dallas. It's not easy to be a coach in Dallas, let alone. So Dallas just wasn't the team for Mike McCarthy. But let's not forget Mike McCarthy did actually do a pretty good job in Dallas. His time just ran its course, just like his time ran its course with Mike Tomlin. So, and just like the time ran its course with John Harbaugh in Baltimore. So this is going to be really interesting. Like I said, I think they can go into the playoffs, yeah, at least get a playoff win, and we'll see what's going to happen from there of next year, where after the season ends. But I'll keep you all updated on this story revolving Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, seeing how everything's going to go in the offseason. But if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I think you do have a lot to look forward to. I really do. I think it's going to be a very, 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 for a lot of teams, it's going to be a very exciting season. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. That's all I got for y'all right now. All day, no days off.